Hi friends, today I want to talk about something that I was really clueless about when I joined IIM. A lot of us land up at a good B school simply because of the promise a good MBA degree holds for us. We often don't really know what function we want to go for, what industry we want to choose. And a lot of us give in to peer pressure. I'll tell you about myself, and it's now when I look back at it, I find it hilarious. Um, Back then, this was around 20 years back, it was considered that finance was a brainy thing to do. Anyone with brains, anyone with intellect would go for finance. Somewhere in my heart, I really wanted to take marketing. Today, when I look at it, I do have a lot more creativity in me. I'm always on the go. I like action-packed days. I'm not a person who hides behind Excel sheets or gets into those details. Yes, I have learned to do it because I chose finance. But if I really knew what my personality was built for, what my heart really wanted, had I followed that, I would have probably focused more on marketing and taken up marketing as my first job. So I would advise all of you once again, like I once said in one of my earlier videos, find out what are you built for. There's so many psychometric tests, there's so many career tests available online which you can pay for, and they really do a very good job of laying out what is it within the MBA or business or management stream that you are made for. Do not give in to peer pressure. Again, be very clear on what function you want to choose and what industry. Which brings me to the second point. And a lot of you have asked me this, when you're on campus, should you choose a company or an industry? Let's say you are lucky enough and you get the dream company of your choice in your chosen industry. But each company has only so many slots. What if you don't get it? Let's take an example. Suppose you want banking. Okay. Within banking, you've chosen to go for corporate banking or investment banking. Okay. And you set your eyes on Deutsche Bank. Well, unfortunately, maybe you do not get it. Does that mean you walk away from your dream and then join an IT company simply because it's paying you as much? Or you stick to your dream and choose maybe SBI Caps or ICICI Ventures, which keeps you in the same industry. You learn, and along the way, maybe over time, you will be able to make lateral shifts and reach the company of your dream. Do not walk away from the industry of your choice or the kind of work you want to do simply because you didn't get your dream industry, your dream company. Then, good premier B schools also have some very high paying jobs. There are companies, usually startups or investment banks, which come in with, let's say, $1 million salaries or really, really huge salary packages for very fresh candidates. So why do they do that? Is there a risk involved? What are the things you should think about if you're opting for such a company? Back in 2001, I remember, and even in the year of 2000, the batch of 2000, quite a few students were left without jobs within 6 months or 1 year of joining such companies, such startups. There is a reason if a company is paying above the industry level. Either there's a huge risk involved in the job, or the working conditions are not very conducive, or there's something else going on, which is why the company is willing to pay such a high premium for a fresher. So consider that. Even over the last 2 years, we've read about so many companies who went out of business either due to COVID or due to their own fragile business structure. And these were the companies that were offering a significant premium on campus. So again, do your homework well, find out about the financial strength of the company before you fall into the trap of a higher pay. It's always good to move into a stable company or a very promising startup when you're fresh out of campus. And then finally, suppose you've reached there, you've been called for an interview in your industry, in a company of your choice. So how do you really stand out? Everyone wants to stand out. Everyone wants to now seal the deal, right? So how do we do it? Step 1 really is start early. find out as much as you can about the company, and if possible, try to get a summer internship or at least a project so you build a relationship with the company even before you go for the final interview. You know about that company and that industry. Speak to as many people as you can so you understand the nitty-gritty, so you understand the real work that goes on versus just newspaper information that everyone knows. So have first-hand real information. Try and pick up those skills. If you know that the job you're applying for will really require quantitative skills, make sure you know the basics of Excel. I'm talking very basic, but that's important. Make sure you know the basics of Excel very well. Suppose it does require a lot of analysis, market tracking, and so on and so forth. You should be able to showcase in your interview how you have the skills and passion to do that. If it requires networking, well, during the interview, your body language should be able to convey that by the warmth you bring into the interview table. During the interview, just be yourself. Do not pretend to talk or be like someone you're not. Even if the people across the table look different, feel different, or are talking in a different accent, language, whatever it may be, just stick to who you are. Unless you are authentic, if you're trying to fake something, you're lowering your chances. They want to hire an honest person, high on integrity, and who's very comfortable and at ease with himself or herself. If you don't know the answer to something, say so. And do not lose confidence that you've lost the interview. There'll be more questions during a half an hour or 20-minute interview. If the company is hiring for very specific roles, even as you're starting out, make sure you've done the homework, you've spoken to some alumni who's there, and you understand what does these roles really mean. What is it that you'll have to do so that you can make a suitable pitch, showcasing that yes, this is the kind of work you can actually do. Finally, some more tips about how to crack that interview, and this is something I say very often. For an interview to be successful, firstly, do not forget to smile. You have to build that rapport over there. Then when it comes to answering questions, listen very carefully. Do not be in a hurry to answer, right? After you've heard the question, think through. And there's a concept called CAR. I say it C-A-R, CAR. Concept, action, and result. A lot of people spend at least 5 minutes or a very long time just talking about the concept, and the interviews are waiting. Okay, fine, I understand the situation, but what is it that this candidate did and what did he achieve? Make sure you give a very crisp and quick concept in 20% of the time maximum, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute. A good bulk of your answer should be about what you did. If it was a group effort, what is it that you were contributing to? And then elaborate the results that were delivered. Do not get lost in explaining the background to the whole situation. Always remember this while trying to crack an interview. And then I do have some good advice for you to carry or prepare for before you go for that interview. Go very nicely groomed, wear comfortable, clean clothes, right? Practice a lot. These days you can simply video record and see how you're coming through. It's very important to do that. And the most important, prepare for standard questions. You know they will ask you an opening line like, tell us something about yourself, or what is it that interests you about this company? Or it could be any of those standard questions. Prepare the answers in such a way that you ignite their interest and can sort of try to lead the interview in a way that will be beneficial for you. Do not go unprepared for these top questions, which usually come anywhere. So that's from it on preparing for your first job, thinking through about your first job and being ready. If you have further questions, drop them in the comments box or email me. Thanks a lot.